method. The study is quantitative research with a cross-sectional study design. The data analysis used multiple logistic regression tests. The population in the study was all post-Pindu cadres in Medan City, totaling 735 people, and the sample size in the study is 88 respondents. Results and discussion. The research results show that influencing variables are income, or P equals to 0.016, career motivation, P equals to 0.011. The variable that has the most influence of the performance of cadres of the Medan City Integrated Development Post for Non-Communicable Disease, or PTM, in 2023 is the motivation of cadres who have the highest exponent D value, namely 5.317. It is known that more cadres have low motivation due to the lack of appreciation received by cadres, lack of good communication between fellow cadres, and dissatisfaction with the rewards received. One of the factors that influence performance achievement is motivation factor. Many factors influence the condition of cadres and the community to be involved in all post-window activities. One of these is cadre motivation. Motivation is the most dominant factor, whether it comes from within themselves or from outside or the environment. Motivation is divided into two, namely intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is anything that is obtained through one's own observation or through suggestion or encouragement from other people. Encouragement from other people can come through the support of family, friends, and co-workers. Conclusion: the motivation has the largest exponent beta value, namely 5.317, meaning that current motivation is the most influential variable or dominant factor in the performance of integrated development post for non-communicable disease, or PTN, in Medan City in 2023. Suggestion: the Puskesmas or the public health center is expected to increase the motivation and work ability of cadres in carrying out post-window activities so that they can increase the activity of post-window cadres by providing training on post-window programs and activities for cadres sustainably. Thank you for attention and happy greetings.
Thank you for your presentation. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
You have question? All right. Okay, good.
Okay,
You would like to, where is the mic now? Oh, dia berbunyi ya? Okay, maybe, Mariam, can you just speak a bit louder, ya? Lontarkan suara.
Okay, thank you. My name is Lania. I'm from Medan. According to your presentation, I want to know why do you choose your research location in Medan City?
Okay. Thank you for your question, and I will answer your question. I choose Medan City to be my research location because in year 2022, the achievement of the number for early detection productive age was not 100% achieved. In this case, we must doing early detection for productive age 2. Detect the NCDs like diabetes mellitus, hypertension, and others. So I want to research what factor was influence for the post-window cadres performance during their program. Thank you.
Ya. Ada soalan soalan lain dari ini? Okay, Mr. Irfan,
Yes.
ya, saya tanya soalan dalam bahasa Melayu lah ya.
Boleh.
Saya ingin tahu apa maksudnya kaders.
Kades itu adalah masyarakat yang bersukarela untuk melakukan pekerjaan dalam membantu petugas kesehatan dalam melaksanakan pemeriksaan secara dini di masyarakat. Jadi mereka ditunjuk, dilatih oleh puskesmas, juga nanti dilatih juga oleh dari kesehatan kantor itu menambah pengetahuan mereka dalam melaksanakan pemeriksaan atau deteksi bagi masyarakat.
Jadi kaders ini Anda telah melihat performance-nya,
Yes.
ya, dari sudut motivasi.
Yeah.
Okey, apa yang diguna untuk apakah yang diguna untuk mengukur motivasi itu? Apa instrumennya yang diguna?
Dalam belajar ini kami menggunakan questionnaire
Questionnaire. Okey.
dan mereka mengisi questionnaire ini sesuai dengan apa yang mereka rasakan, apa yang mereka alami di dalam questionnaire.
Jadi hasilnya kajian menunjukkan jika kadersnya bermotivasi tinggi, jadi masyarakat pun dia patuh atau comply kepada perawatan ya.
Dengan tingginya
Itu kan?
motivasi kader sehingga masyarakat pun lebih mau untuk dilakukan pemeriksaan kesehatan oleh kader-kader.
Ini is a good study, but it is important. Yang itu kaders dilantik dia secara sukarela ataupun mereka ini mengisi borang kah, ada form dia itu fill up.
Dalam
Ya, dia didaftarkan, register to be the cadres, volunteer saja.
ya.
Jadi dia ada tempo bekerja di pusat kesehatan. Puskesmas.
Kalau kita butuh mereka, dia bisa boleh datang ke puskesmas, tapi lebih banyak dia ada di lingkungan masyarakat.
Alright, yeah, just to understand more what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mr. Irfan. Alright. Thank you. Yeah. Alright. We would like to invite the fourth speaker, presenter, Miss Nazia. Here, yeah. Nazia Muhammad Saiful Ahmad Muhammad. Okay, and Rizki Hidayah. The study title, Effect of Hydro Pressure Techniques on Diabetic Ulcer Patient for Biofilm Removal in Wound Care.
Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for accepting our invitation today. Thank you for opportunity. It's such as honor to see you all, everybody, and yes, honorable to Professor Dr. Saiful Ahmad. Thank you for here. It's coming to my presentation. Thank you so much. Okay, let's first, my title is Effectiveness, the Techniques of the Hydropressure on Biofilm Remover for Diabetic Ulcers patient at WUCARE, Indonesia. The introduction, Indonesia is the country with fifth highest diabetics population in the world. People with the diabetic mellitus in Indonesia are 19.5 million. Prevalence is 10.6%. The estimates 28.6 million of the Indonesian country is so suffer from diabetics in 2045. Diabetic Federation 2021, diabetic versus more sample called diabetic is serious long times or chronic condition that occurs when risk level of blood glucose uh, in the body cannot produce any enough of the hormone insulin and or cannot effectively use the insulin it's produced. The estimate 137 million adult age 20 until 79 years are currently living with diabetics. The prevalence diabetic mellitus in Indonesia is high and continues is increased every year with rates of 4 until 10% uh, among the population with diabetes mellitus with an incidence of the diabetic ulcer patient during the lifetime to serve researching 25 persons. And the diabetic one reached Indonesia is still very high, namely 40, 55.4%, with the prevalence of the diabetic wounds of 12%. The diabetic wounds are the leading cause non-traumatic lower extremity amputation worldwide. Diabetic wound is in the long term also hurt the patient's self-concept, self-esteem, quality of life, physical and emotional health, and patient hope for recovery and spiritual level. In the modern days now, wound care management is to maintain is a moist wound improvement or to improve the wound healing process to maintain fluid and tissue loss and cell death. This is the techniques of the hydropressure as wearing at the Wukir Indonesia, Bogor, Indonesia, is the act the irrigation. What the technique of the pressure is the irrigating a wound with fluid baths on the certain reserves. Pressures played during irrigation varies from half PZI until 50 PZI. Irrigation with high pressure fuse until 15 PZIs and to remove to dead tissue, reduce to a development of bacteria, hydrate the wound surface so that it remains moist, of course, and minimize the occurrence of the trauma when washing the wound. This is the point of the debridement technical. This is so moist and then so minimize the trauma. The most important part of the wound irrigation is the technique of hydropressure, is the adequate amount of the sterile fluid and optimal irrigation pressure. The amount of the fluid needed will depend on the type of wound and the level contamination of the injury that occurred. So that's important. The result of the other two researchers is 2017 found no significant difference between the use normal salines, NaCl, 0.9%, and wound washing solution contain active substance in reducing the incidence of the infection. The prevention, the bacterial biofilm is considered a barrier to natural progression of the wound toward healing. My study, the result based on the result is the WCAS Center Bogor. This is my data. The number of the point patient who have treat wound is 763. Number of the 5 later cases, namely is diabetic foot ulcer with a percentage of 51%, and then pressure injuries with the percentage of the 9%, venous leg ulcer, VLU with the presence of the 6%, arterial ulcer with the presence of the 5%, and chronic wound with the percentage of 5%. My research methodology, I willing to quasi experiment with control with pre-test and post-test approach. The sampling technique is the non-probability sampling with total sampling, where the determination of the sample is based on the number of all respondents in the population to be used the sample. This is the hypothesis. There's no effectiveness or there is an influence or hydropressure in biofilm in patient with diabetic ulcer wounds. My instrument, this my research is I used to build biofilm assessment sets. Biofilm assessment sets measuring treatment in the from sets containing several questions that refer to characteristics of biofilm in diabetic wounds as well as demographic data from respondent. The characteristics of biofilm sheet are 8 points. Uh, R is the namely or the color of the wound bright red, and then there is a sign layer on the surface. The edges of the wound do not blend with wound bed, and then the wound, the contaminated, there is exudates, and there is simply layer. This is my result for frequency the distribution before the hydropressor technique. Okay, next. This is the post-test. This after the hydropressor. This is the contribution normally test. And there's the result difference before and after being given hydropressor. Okay, for discussion, the moist wound healing technique is wound handling technique is keep the wound moist to facilitate cells movement to in the wound and speed up granulation. Okay, this is the conclusion. Okay, this is so what's the option? So that's the technique the hydropressure was effective on diabetic ulcers biofilm. Okay, thank you so much. This is my presentation.
Thank you for your presentation. Yeah. Any question from the floor? Yes, please. Introduce yourself.
I love to speak.
Okay. Speak loudly.
Interesting decision that I question from you. How the benefit hydropressure technique, hydropressure technique for removal biofilm and then to diabetic. How the benefit hydropressure for removal biofilm for diabetic blood and blood.
For the removal biofilms for DMU. Okay. That my okay. So that's the important why to choose the hydropressor techniques, and the other technique is mechanical debridement. Uh, the technique hydropressor it's minimize the trauma when washing the wounds. Debridement, mechanical, and then the sharp, conservative sharp debridement, and then enzymatic, and then any debridement. More to what the entry of the microbacteria is so more better than the technique hydropressure. And then the second why to choose the hydropressor techniques, this is wearing the irrigation. Irrigation, this is the pressure high to irrigation pressure, it's 5 until 50 psi. So that's why to pressure, pressure can be to remove the tissue, the dead tissue, and then reduce to of the development of bacteria. Okay, the biofilm can increase for the path of proliferation. You know the proliferation have to granulation tissue. The granulation, so biofilm so heavy, so stay, so calm in the granulation. Just why to choice is my research. That's it.
So how often do the patients need to come with all these wound ulcer?
Yeah.
How often? In a week? Do they come every day?
Uh,
Or you are doing it twice a week?
just week to one until five patient in diabetic foot ulcer. Majority is diabetic foot ulcer.
Yeah. So how often do the patient has to come for this irrigation?
After 3 days.
3 days.
After the 3 days, because the treatment of moderate dressing is 3 days, we can open, we can to remove debridement is the techniques. We can to divert, we can to cleansings, and then make how to primary and secondary dressing and fixation, and then education for patient.
I mean, maybe you don't mind, you share what type of fluid that you use for the irrigation?
Yeah.
You say it's a sterile.
Oh,
What
okay.
exactly is it? Just now you mentioned normal saline, but you're not using normal saline on those, right?
Yeah, I help her to assistant. Okay, the irrigation. This is my assistant. This is my assistant. The cleansing for the intervention and implementation this technique. We have tissue management. Time we spell to TAMI. Tissue management, and then infection control, moisture balance, and epithelialization age. We can to control how to line about the bacteria, and then the dead tissue, and then the development of the bacteria. We can to conduct it how to preserve. Preserve is 5 until 15 PPI.
Okay, good. All right. So this is under the health clinic, under the hospital, or it is privately owned?
Clinic.
Clinic.
Clinic for special for wound care.
Wound care. In the under the hospital.
No, just private clinic. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, so far we have heard from four presenter, yeah. So now we are calling. I'm calling for fifth presenter. Guo Jiangyu. Guo Jiangyu. Right. Title of the study is Evaluation of Gene Glycose for its potential to inhibit macrophage overexpression gene LYZ and improve non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I think this is a study from Alive, right? Yeah, you can start. Thank you.
Have your answer.
Closer to the mic.
While your answer, you develop your eyes potential to inhibit alcohol over accessibility here and by the and improve man in alcoholic fatty liver disease. And alcoholic fatty liver disease is there to disease caused by fatty is an area to liver cells in the hypothalamus rule alcohol or drugs and is turned into the
Miss, is there any more slide? Okay, right. At least you can read your slide, yeah. Thank you.
Mm, then alcohol quality body liver disease the series disease in community. Then alcoholic fatty liver disease and non-alcoholic disease have a the instead with the state with without alone like science environment or info I hasten to liver cells help the first will synthesize and become your prevention for the treatment of low alcoholic fatty liver disease. Alcoholic fatty liver disease is most common liver disease out worldwide with apparent with apparent reason you feel the rapid because it depends that is when value the basic in the form of develop health the forward to people believe that can come to know the idea can intervene in the way sense interpret in essence I actually 大的，大的，看，大的，大的，大的，大的，看，I say in my and the liver 50% fat and carbohydrate can also be included. Naturally, my fat also be included to reduce triglyceride levels in the liver and the liver phase in the case that of orange obviously correct to grow some food may um, that's so that at the future will have mentioned they have analysis and effect because they are into and other NAFID is related data was started identifying different methods over the couple of bicycles here and my feet in bigger cycle with no reason to read the man alcohol fatty liver disease and people being present over the in non-alcohol fatty liver cell and not marble of the land intervention the living of a new relation to cells that reduce and I was really rigorous advice and connected to will also even be clearly reduced the real balance service and also reduced the voice review and when they use sales of the receiving balance influence the nice father with the my father diet significantly reduced the liver with the acid liver in diabetes in uh, the human liver function and the lipid indicators and figure 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 we can probably reduce because the first I was ruled down with the one week the week obviously as and as a colleague party labor to reduce the by balance in her instance thereby reducing of new cases. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. So that your study identified that the role of xylose in reducing lipid accumulation and identified the gene LZY associated with lipid accumulation. And LYZ as a highly expressed gene in non-alcoholic fatty liver can be reduced by xylose intervention. So that's reduce the lipid accumulation. It is a good study. However, yeah, we do have some, thank you so much for your, any questions? Any questions? Huh? No question. No question. Okay, all right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah? All right, so without delay, I would like to call upon Leo Erickson, Singapore. Yeah, you're going to present on the analysis of implementation of Puskesmas accreditation policy in Medan 2023.
Thank you for this opportunity to please introduce myself. My name is Leo Erickson Mr. U, SKM MKM. I'm from Sari Mutiara University in Medan. I would like to present my research with title Analysis of the Implementation of Puskesmas Accreditation Policy in Medan in 2023. Introduction. Community health center in Bahasa we call Puskesmas must be an accredited institution in order to provide quality service to the community. Accreditation is a recognition given after fulfilling the accreditation standards. Medan City has 41 puskesmas, where 39 of them have been accredited, predominantly basic and intermediate status. The preliminary study describes the problems in implementing accreditation, including communication, resources, attitudes of leaders and employees, organizational structure, and support from health services. The objective of study is to analyze the implementation of Puskesmas accreditation policy in Medan City. Method. This research uses a descriptive analysis method with a qualitative approach by means of observation, in-depth interviews, and collecting documentation from the informants whom selected by a purposive sampling. Informant. The main informants are people who are directly involved in the implementation of Puskesmas accreditation policy. Data analysis. According to Miles and Haberman, consists of data reduction, data display, and conclusion drawing or verification. Result and discussion. Verse 1. Communication at the Puskesmas has been running well, but the instruments and Puskesmas accreditation standards are still poorly understood. Human resources, second one, human resources are not evenly distributed and some have excessive workload and budget supports and facilities are not yet optimal. Third one, the attitude of officers towards accreditation in general is good, but the distribution of tasks is unfair and not equitable. Fourth one, the organizational structure has been determined and work procedures have already existed, but the commitment of the leadership and officers to carry out accreditation has not been developed. Fifth one, the health department supports the implementation of accreditation, but coaching and supervision has not been scheduled and unsustainable. Conclusion, communication, resources, disposition or attitude, organizational structure, and support from the health service are still not working completely well. Obstacles are found in understanding and fulfilling accreditation standards documents. Commitment and teamwork in implementing accreditation has not yet been developed. Relevant agencies provide more intense, sustainable, and quality guidance to Puskesmas in implementation of accreditation policy. Uh, I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. Okay, I open the floor for Q&A. Yeah, please.
Thank you for the opportunity to ask. My name is Cindy. I'm from Indonesia, Medan. According to your presentation, what are the benefits of your research for people who need health service and community health center, especially in city Medan? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the question, Mrs. Cindy. A good question. We know that the aims of accreditation Puskesmas is to improving quality of health service in Puskesmas. So, when the accreditation get the if Puskesmas have a fulfilling accreditation standard document and they have to uh,
good governance with accreditation. So if they get status paripurna, so we can with the status puskesmas will give the best or good service to community. So with accreditation, uh, we hope puskesmas will give the good service to community or people in their working area. Thank you.
Yeah, good study. So you mentioned 39 out of 41 Puskesmas,
Yes.
right? You have done the accreditation.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, maybe you can just show the yeah, slide. Yeah. All right. So yeah, 41 and 39 has been accredited. Okay, accredited. Yeah. Okay. And so these are inclusive inside this, is it? This study?
In Medan.
Ya, ya. No, maksudnya yang 39 yang telah diakreditasi tadi, itu kajiannya dibuat ke atas 39 puskesmas itu kah?
No, dipilih
Dipilih.
proposal sampling.
Next slide, berapa puskesmas yang telah,
Oh,
yang telah dijalankan?
I'm sorry, saya jawab in Indonesia boleh?
Boleh, saya paham.
Dari 39
Iya,
kita ambil 10 puskesmas
10 sahaja.
yang menjadi informan itu kepala puskesmas,
Iya,
pimpinan, kemudian ketua mutu
iya,
yang bertanggung jawab terhadap mutu, kemudian ada ketua UKM, upaya kesehatan masyarakat, kemudian ketua upaya kesehatan perorangan, medis. Nah, ada 4 responden yang kita ambil di setiap puskesmas, jadi 10 dari 39.
40 responden lah. Keseluruhannya berapa responden?
Setiap puskesmas dipilih yang dari 4 itu.
Dari 4
Iya,
kategori tadi.
iya.
Tadi ada finding atau keputusannya yang menunjukkan itu communication. Ya, maksudnya accreditation standard are still poorly understood. Ya, what is your action, Mr. Leo Erickson?
Thank you. Dalam menerapkan standar akreditasi, pemerintah mengeluarkan peraturan baru, peraturan Menteri Kesehatan nomor 34. Di situ diterangkan bahwa setiap puskesmas harus melaksanakan standar itu. Nah, yang menjadi masalah di lapangan, terutama puskesmas sebagai pelaksana, standar itu tidak mudah dipahami. Sementara dalam penilaian, itu tim penilai itu menanyakan apa yang sudah dikerjakan berdasarkan permintaan standar. Nah, ketika dinilai, cenderung itu puskesmas itu, terutama staf, itu kurang memahami apa yang diminta standar, sehingga dokumen yang diminta juga cenderung salah. Nah, sehingga itu yang kita lihat menyebabkan mereka memperoleh nilai yang rendah ketika penilaian dilakukan.
Itu amat penting ya.
Iya,
Jadi
iya.
ada langkah yang telah disusun
Yes.
ya untuk diatasi masalah
Betul,
itu
betul.
ya.
Sudah ada kita secara detail, memang nggak saya sebutkan bahwa Dinas Kesehatan punya peran penting, kemudian puskesmas juga punya peran penting dan harus berkolaborasi supaya standar itu bisa dipenuhi.
Berapa kali akreditasi ini dijalankan? Adakah dia setiap 3 tahun, setiap 2
Iya, iya,
tahun?
iya. Sebelum 2022,
Aha.
puskesmas itu wajib diakreditasi 1 kali setiap 3 tahun.
Setiap 3 tahun.
Nah, tetapi dengan peraturan tahun 2022 diganti menjadi 1 kali setiap 5 tahun. Nah, itu untuk puskesmas, klinik, praktik dokter, kemudian unit transfusi darah dan juga laboratorium. Itu peraturannya diberi 5 tahun sekali untuk fasilitas itu untuk yang regulasi.
Terima kasih.
Thank you.
Oke. Terus menerus ya, dulu ya. Continue. Okay. Alright. Next is Mr. Omar Farzana. Ada Mr. Omar ya? Yeah. Okay. So you're going to present on your study title, "Little God, Little States Get Beneficial." This is a literature review. Yeah?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Good afternoon. Introduce myself as Obat. I from to Indonesia, West Java, Cianjur. Cianjur. Okay. The title is the bitter test, but health benefit. Okay, introduce. The bitter ground sometimes refer to bitter melon. Sometimes bitter melon, sometimes bitter, and the Latin is the Momorcadia caratia. Is particular palatable with the bitter flavor. The goal, the research, determine the positive health effect bitter melon. Okay, bitter grow is provides to various health vegetable despite the fact that not everybody enjoy the flavor. Okay, and making a common element in many traditional food and alternative medical procedure. This problem, what benefit associated with bitter gourd consumption? Okay, the article, the keyword I to search in PubMed, in EBSCO and OPSCOS. The K is bitter melon fruit, health benefit, and polymedical. Okay. And the method is research to the include trial cross-sectional study, of course, and randomized control trial, FCT, and required for people and the study that have been published. The methodology we use is the bilateral review search method to decode or to identify the research question. The result. Bitter gourd contain compounds such polyphenol is 28 or percent, and then flavonoid to 22%, and alkaloid to 32%. That have the antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial activity. Such the article title you to analyze. One article is antioxidant, bacterial, and anti-cancer. Two article and beneficial role in bitter melon supplementation to obesity and the life to combine in the metabolic syndrome. And three articles the effect of bitter melon extract liquid Japanese check and randomized control study. In this, the role the hit will affect the well bitter melon plus Momokadia can is a title for your my analysis review. And conclusion, bitter gourd contain compound the such polyphenol, polyphenol, flavonoid, and alkaloid that have antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial activity. has been proven to subtile fiber conditions such as cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and inflammatory disease. Bitter melon supplement may have beneficial effect in managing of obesity and rely to compline individual with metabolic syndrome. Watermelon has the potential to reduce but weight, body mass index, UDA was the curcuma balance, improve insulin sensitivity, blood lipid profile, and reduce inflammation, may associate with metabolic syndromes. So, Lawrence, and thank you for my little activity.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Omar.
Thank you.
And the team. Right, Mr. God, ya.
Okay, kita go.
Kalau di Indonesia sebutnya apa?
Pare. Pare.
Kita panggil peria.
Peria. Sama, paria. Kalau di my West Java to call is paria.
Peria.
Paria. Paria.
Dia peria ada yang panjang,
Yes.
ada yang tuh, yang tadi yang ditunjuk kan?
Okay.
Ya,
Small.
small ya. So, tapi dalam ini melihat kepada peria yang digambarkan dalam
Yes.
gambar kita.
Dalam gambar. Picture. Okay.
Literature.
Kita
Ya, so
lihat
banyak ya, advantage ya,
Okay.
kebaikannya ya,
Kebaikan.
memakan peria.
Okay.
Pare. Alright, thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, while waiting for the next presenter. Oh, there is a question. Sorry. Yes, a question. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I think it has
Okay, thank you.
from the dot against Mali.
Okay.
You've got good test. Yeah. Okay. How much legal code can be consumed in one day to get it benefit?
Okay. For article to get I get to benefit to hit the beta giron for day is 100 grams. No more. Okay. No more than 100 grams per day.
Oh, tidak boleh lebih.
Yes. For
Makannya
benefit health.
dimasak ataupun mentah, raw,
For law is to focus
steam.
steam is very
good.
very good for this.
Mau cicak atau kicap. Apa tu?
Okay.
Soya.
Cecak, soya.
Kicap. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alright, good information. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Alright, thank you so much for your time. Okay, before we proceed for the next speaker, next presenter, there will be a 5 minutes break. Nanti if I'm not mistaken, the tea is served outside. Ya, nanti kita masuk semula ya. Kita boleh, okay, tidak ada. Kita panggil ya, saya panggil. Okay, thank you. Ya, please. Some portion, cepat, 4-5 minit, masuk semula ya. Cek dulu. Ada senyumannya. Boleh. Minum ya? Ada minuman ya? Ada minum ya? Betul, minuman. Ada ya? Ada anak pulang ya? Boleh? dipasang. Nah, mungkin di tepi-tepi sana aja lagi kok. Kita nilai. Boleh. Mungkin STP tidak boleh masuk. Mungkin mereka pakai itu cancel.
Ya, nama?
Sama Adina.
Yang mana? Nombor apa?
Oh, ini yang ada Saifah.
Iya.
Ya. Number 9.
Yang mana? Ya. Just River. Sudah hantar belum?
Saya tadi kasih di plus B.
Oh, yang tadi.
Soalnya ada yang mau saya revisi. Boleh nanti saya bacakan ini. Nia. Atau ya, Nia. PPT Ichas Nia.
Oh, ini ya.
Satu lagi punya Fajar Sari.
Satu lagi mana? Satu. Ini, tesis.
Bukan.
Mana ya?
Tadi ini. Tadi ambilin ya sama Kak ini. Saya bisa kirim ke mana ya?
Email.
Saya coba kirim ini tapi tak masuk.
Tak masuk ya?
Oh.
Yang
Saya
satu
ada
lagi.
di WA saya.
Oke.
Ini dia. Saya kirim ke mana ya?
So nine, you also know take tea and come. Make a break. You can go for tea and come back quickly. Now. I tell you,
Tadi kan udah dikerjain, tapi tak kirim.
Ya, ada internet nggak tadi? Ada internet.
Ada.
Kita
Aktif. Bantunya apa? Oh, nanti kakak nanti. Nanti kirimkan mau. Sudah.
Kenyang lagi tadi ya. Belum. Jual musiknya apa? Sudah. Tekan ada gerak. Mustafa tapi ada ya Mustafa. Ada ya? Nia Desripo ada, Parenzi ada, Eni Hidayati ada, oke. Right. Revi Neni Ipa, oke. Impact of Ali. Fanny Ayudia ada. Ada. Oke. Oke, tadi Yuli ada. Lia Juniarti ada. Ada. Okay, time time up, with time up, we will start.
Are you guys ready for our next presenter? Okay. So for the next presentation, it will be from Miss Nia De Silva. Uh, the title of the presentation is The Risk Factors Towards Pre-Eclampsia Events of Pregnant Women in Pekanbaru Riau. Okay.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Professor Dr. Ayu Binti Ahmad, Dr. Erlina Binti Abdullah. My name is Nia Desrifa. I come from Pekanbaru, Institut Kesehatan dan Teknologi Al-Insyirah. I would like to presentation my research. My title is Risk Factors Toward Preeclampsia Events of Pregnant Women in Pekanbaru. Data from the World Health Organization states that globally around 7,000 newborns and 30 pregnant women die every day due to complications during pregnancy and childbirth, with a maternal mortality rate of 216 for 100,000 live births. Pregnancy complications cause the death of more than 500,000 mothers every year. Of this amount, it is estimated that 1,900 occur in Asia and Africa, 1,000 in other developing countries, and less than 100 in developed countries. One of the direct causes of death in pregnant women is preeclampsia. Preeclampsia is hypertension in pregnancy, which is characterized by blood pressure more than 140 for 19, accompanied by urine protein more than 300 milligrams for 20 hours. Preeclampsia ranks second in the world as a contributor to morbidity and mortality for pregnant women and can increase the risk of fetal death by 4 times compared to normal pregnancies. Riau Province is a province in Indonesia located in the middle of the east coast of the island of Sumatra, consisting of 10 districts and 2 large cities. Based on data from the health profile of Riau Province, the maternal mortality rate in Pekanbaru city is still very high compared to other districts, namely 7% and other districts at 6%.
Tolong, oh udah, karena itu.
The three main causes of maternal death include bleeding, 30%, hypertension in pregnancy or preeclampsia, 25%, and infection, 12%. Preeclampsia or eclampsia cases are the second most common cause of maternal death after bleeding. Based on WHO data, preeclampsia cases are 7 times higher in developing countries than developed countries with a prevalence of pregnancy case in Indonesia reach. Research methodology, quantitative experimental method, cross-sectional method, sorry, and risk factor toward pregnancy, even to pregnant woman is knowledge factor and antenatal care visit. There is a significant relationship between the knowledge factor and the incidence of pregnancy with p-value 0.029 less than 0.05. The result of the analysis of time and odds ratio 0.171, which means the pregnant woman with less knowledge have 0.171 times higher risk of experiencing preeclampsia. There is a significant relationship between antenatal care visit and the incidence of preeclampsia in pregnant women with p-value is 0.009 less than 0.05. The result of the analysis of time 2.50, which means that pregnant women who have antenatal care visits that are not in accordance with the recommendation of health workers have 2.50 times the risk of experiencing preeclampsia than other pregnant women. The most dominant risk factor associated with the incidence of pregnancy is antenatal care visit. This research can help relevant agencies to provide education about the risk factor for pregnancy so that case of pregnancy can be prevented from an early age. Okay, I want to thank you for the committee also organized the event, supervisor and my co-supervisor, Lincoln University College, and our audience and moderator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nia. Any question from the floor?
My question about what the dominant factor in the research in the antenatal care visit in your opinion, and why is the happening, and what is your next plan?
Okay, thank you for your answer and let me answer Indonesian language. Ya, memang antenatal care merupakan faktor yang paling dominan yang menyebabkan kenapa preeklamsi itu terjadi. Karena memang kunjungan yang tidak tepat ataupun yang tidak cukup sehingga deteksi dini dalam melakukan dalam mendetek komplikasi kehamilan menjadi rendah seperti itu. Rencana saya next plan of regarding the research, I want to create a overdose detection application for complication of pregnancy and underage breast death because kebetulan penelitian saya tentang itu juga, jadi rencana saya ingin membuat sebuah aplikasi untuk mendeteksi bahwa ada komplikasi dalam kehamilan seperti itu sehingga ibu hamil dapat lebih aware dalam melakukan kunjungan antenatal care dan diharapkan dapat meningkatkan kunjungan antenatal care itu sendiri. Terima kasih.
I want to know why preeclampsia is an important factor the maternal death rate.
Maksudnya gimana Ibu?
Kenapa preeclampsia itu menjadi angka kematian ibu yang paling tinggi dan paling penting deh?
Iya, iya. Pastinya preeklamsi menyumbang ya, sangat ikut menyumbang dalam angka kematian ibu. Persenannya juga tadi sudah terlihat pada saat ibu itu hamil. Jika preeklamsi tidak terdetek akan melanjutkan ke eklamsi pastinya, terjadinya kejang dan sebagainya, itu akan menyebabkan kematian kepada ibu hamil. Bahkan juga pada saat persalinan juga akan berakibat seperti itu. Makanya memang dia bukan penyumbang yang terbesar. Penyumbang yang terbesar adalah perdarahan. Memang kalau di Indonesia, hanya saja itu juga sangat berperan. Perlu kita perkecil persentasinya. Seperti itu menurut saya Ibu. Terima kasih. Iya, nggak apa-apa Ibu silakan.
Interestingly said,
Ah.
I want to ask, can you share about the application?
Oh iya, itu tesis saya sendiri. Jadi memang itu rencana tadi yang saya katakan. Saya ingin membuat sebuah aplikasi untuk mendeteksi komplikasi dari preeklamsi itu. Alhamdulillah memang kemarin saya sudah defense, tapi memang belum accept ya untuk jadi sekarang lagi proses pembuatan aplikasinya. Makanya rencana saya sampaikan tadi seperti itu. Dan akan saya lakukan itu untuk penelitian saya nanti seperti itu. Untuk defense-nya alhamdulillah sudah selesai. Kebetulan my examiner kemarin adalah Ibu Dr. Herlina. Thank you Dr. Herlina. Thank you.
Okay, we move to our next presenter, which is Mr. Karim Budi. So the title of his presentation is Anxiety Level and Hematology Pre-Operative Patients at Putra Siaga Hospital.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Prof. Aini and Dr. Erlina. Today, I'm very happy. Why? Because this is my first time to fly international to international country. So I'm so nervous first time, but this is my opportunity to able attend and present. So if I have some limitation, I'm sorry. Why I choose this term about description of anxiety level and hematology pre-operative patient at Mitra Sego Hospital? We must know about my background. I'm a registered nurse from Mitra Sego Hospital at small city in Indonesia. The name city is Tegal.
Which island?
Which island in Java? The province is Central Java.
Central Java.
Yeah. This city don't have airport, so this is my first time flight too. I don't go anything with plane. I just go with car or with ship, and this is my first time. So why I so confident to here? Why I choose this topic? Yeah, you can see the prevalence about anxiety. Yeah, the prevalence of anxiety is 25% until 45%, and the prevalence anxiety at level severance anxiety by Ziaco Research. And my hospital is small, and then anxiety is one of the phenomenon in my hospital. So why I choose them is the primarily research to me to final exam thesis. I will put this data to my thesis. And then the necessary factor notice beside worry is factor hemostatic, especially like hemostatic. We must know about bleeding time. We must know about how much prothrombin, how much time partial prothrombin to make bleeding stop. Because I work in operating room, so we must know predict how much bleeding time, how many bleed need to patient, and make sure will be safe and will be go home again. Objective and method. The objective is for no description level, anxiety, and hematology pre-operation patient at Mitra Siaga Hospital. And the research design, this is descriptive because the descriptive design is research to lead for fact and symptom or phenomena in wide, systematic, and accurate by Ahyar 2020. And data source, research data, this is source from pre-operation patient in operating room at Mitra Siaga Tegal Hospital. Population of this data based on amount patient operation in July 2023, and total population operation is 322. So the sample and data inclusion, the sample one, sample data obtained based on criteria inclusion and consecutive sampling. Why I choose consecutive sampling? Because all subject research that comes and meets criteria study until amount desired subject fulfilled. And then the data inclusion is this is patient age 18 years old until 45 years old, and the communication so smoothly, and then no own limitation that make me like researcher difficult. And data sorting and analysis, sampling calculation in research disease use formula Lamson. Sampling calculation and the calculation formula is 44 sample. That obtain will done analysis use SPS and application for determine statistic number of sample available. And the result. The result is no anxious patient have 7 number, and then mild anxious have 17 patient, 70 patient, and then moderate have 11 patient. So now very anxious or separate anxious have 9 patient. And then diagram to show result hematology patient, especially hemostatic, abnormal and normal. And normal have 26 patient and abnormal have 6 patient. So this is our limitation. The limitation is to relate data object research not yet covered characteristic about our respondent first, and then the second not look for connection about two subject or two variable. This is my limitation, and then this is what causes to steady level must be more deep filter and need at characteristic relationship between variable, and then we if we add intervention for result study more valid and deep. So the conclusion is about data anxiety level and hemostatic, like in result I report. when the anxious patient have 7 patient, and then mild anxious is have 17 patient, and then moderate anxious have 11 patient, and then severe anxious patient have 9 patient, and then abnormal then abnormal hemostatic. So this is my presentation. Is for unforgettable memory in front of Prof. Aini and Dr. Erlina and in front of you. I think that's all.
Ya, thanks.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Jakarta ya.
I go to Semarang. Semarang. From Muhammadiyah University.
Okay, so any question from the floor?
Ada soalan?
Thank you from ID Dr. Erlina.
Semarang.
Any question?
Terima kasih.
Yeah, I hear.
Mas Parensi.
Yeah.
Parensi itu presentation. The presentation every in MC equation. I want you questionnaire. Risetnya Mas Parensi. Apa?
Yeah. I'm use questionnaire is APAIS, Amsterdam Scale Panic. This is new in Indonesia because in 2000 2014 is research about validitas and reliabilitas, and then the score reliabilitas is 0.63, and then the range, if the score less than 4 is no anxious, and then 4 until 8 is mild anxious, 9 until 14 have moderate anxious, and then 15 until 20 have separate anxious.
He answer your question? Menjawab sudah? Jawab sudah ya?
Yeah.
About the anxiety, how you measure? How you measure the anxiety level? The measurement of anxiety level?
Instrument with APAIS.
Boleh guna apa ya?
APAIS.
Apa ya?
Yeah.
Oke.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your attention and question. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, without further ado, we move on to our next presenter, Miss Annie Hidayati, right? Okay, so the topic of the presentation is risk factors for bullying behavior in school-age children. So it is a literature review.
Yes, thank you from ID and Dr. Erlina. My name is Annie Hidayati. I'm research article risk factor for bullying behavior in school and children in literature review. Introduce school help and youth children. Children of absolutely mistaken with their upon the reference pencil for occur. In this situation, in an horn with the asphalt identity of development, namely industry and research inferior. As the figure, definition has fall to bullying because at preschool get the most of technical adaptation presence of the family and form and moving into the education environment. I feel have mental impact at children, a husband and city in tackle. Bullying, one is the problem. There are talk among children in the school. Bullying is international with all direction in interaction with children. Bullying has of the occurs among children and the free. The also has negative impact of interaction in the school and environment. Uh, Method the research, the study is a literature review edition in the paper literature in the research in Chicago data after holding fibers article Alshim, Sinta, Garuda, Shenton Direct, and Fatmat is near circle keyword. The cover of the article selection and basic statement, their author discussion in the typical journal. The keyword asked in the literature review with development is Pico. Clean article to view on Pico keyword is factor bullying in behavior and children. The result is the Prisma for using the market review and meta analysis method. Research the following 3M analysis of 15 articles they have reviewed for as negative impact and health, both mental and physical health is very of because impact of being to impact number one mental health impact number physical health impact research then impact mental health impact if the impact or bullying of mental namely depression anxiety and emotional and self-esteem feeling exposure, depression, training and active emotional change and behavior and risk some sweet. Physical health impact. The impact is including the physical, number heart, sleep disorder, digestive problem, respiratory disease dan anorexia, back pain, and chest pain. Discussion based of the five consideration number three article that have been reward bullying cause negative impact and heart both mental and physical health. The negative impact bullying of the health in this article includes depression, anxiety, loss of esteem, feel isolation, depression, are content emosional dan in change in behavior. Discussing of impact, the impact of bullying of mental, the rest of bullying behavior in the rockets, influence has impact the health, the higher the location and victim. The extent form of aggressive behavior bullying, there are correspond in physical impact same as physical trauma, fear, insecurity, and resentment, creativity, loss of initiative, the student response, self-confidence, depression, and mental uh, discuss of the impact of bullying on physical health. Apart cause factors negative impact health, bullying also has significant impact of physical health as can helpers, the problems and irritable and difficult sleeping. Uh, a person born is victim or bullying, either physical or mentally, will usually encourage major trauma and depression with traumatic cause mental disorder in the food. Seeing that you understand what academic bullying, differentiating social failing and fact to make to school daughters our misplaced. After this top research, I can be hurt regarding the impact. I can be hurt the bullying is negative impact on mental or auditing, considering the breaking. And bullying has a negative impact of physical health, namely heart, sleep disorder, digestive problem, respiratory disease, and anorexia, back pain, dan chest pain. Uh, Thank you. Main presentasi riset literatur review.
Okay, thank you, Amy. And they share. Okay, any of you have question?
Kamu.
Boleh tanya?
Okay.
I will ask you about the introduce or the background. Why you choose this topic to be literature review, and you can explain me why.
Yes. Thank you, Mas Barensi. My aim is the literature review because first there are children of very old. Bullying di sini menempatkan pada anak children as game yang di situ bahwa anak versus dengan mental apa ya versus kemenangan dan versus keimitasian dengan mental dengan literatur seperti ini kita menemukan beberapa intervensi yang kita bisa gunakan kepada anak-anak usia sekolah dasar. Me literature review 15 artikel yang akan digunakan untuk penelitian selanjutnya. Begitu Mas Ferensi.
It's our primary resource.
Yes.
Okay.
In your opinion, among the article above, what is the best follow-up action to prevent the effect of bullying?
Untuk efek bullying itu dari 15 yang sudah ditemukan dari literatur review terdapat 15 yang dari 15 artikel yang sudah ditemukan beberapa mengajarkan intervensi kepada si anak usia sekolah dasar dari usia 9 tahun sampai 13 tahun yang di situ beberapa menggunakan intervensi dari teman sebaya, whose family and teacher sama diri sendiri.
Maksudnya bentuknya apa?
Bentuk dari intervensi, ya. Salah satu dari intervensi yang sudah didapatkan intervensi untuk keluarga. Untuk keluarga di sini bisa digunakan dengan beberapa intervensi pada keluarga, intervensi komunikasi pada saat berkomunikasi dengan si anak, karena anak usia sekolah waktu terbanyak adalah dengan family. Kemudian waktu terbanyak lagi dengan teachernya waktu di sekolahan. Ada beberapa intervensi yang ada di keluarga itu yang bisa digunakan di keluarga itu komunikasi, pola asuh, kemudian keterbukaan dalam keluarga di situ. Itu Kak. Thank you. Sama-sama.
So thank you. Okay, we move on to the next presentation. It's from Ravi. This really made me bad. So the topic of organization is nurses' experience of fulfilling spiritual needs in the intensive care unit at the Regional General Hospital Dr. Rasidi Padang.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, introduce myself. My name is Regina Iqbal. I'm from Universitas Alifah Health Science College, Padang, Indonesia. Uh, Today I will present my research. The title is Nurses Experience. Nurses experience of profiling spiritual needs in the intensive care unit at the Regional General Hospital Dr. Rasidi Padang. Patients in the ICU are the risk of facing the end of life, and patients and families often suffer from physical, psychosocial, and spiritual stress. Patients in critical condition needs communication and support, both family support and spiritual support. Spiritual needs are basic needs that must be met by patients, especially patients in intensive care in the intensive care unit or ICU. In hospitals, the implementation of fulfilling spiritual needs is still very neglected. Patients who get their spiritual needs fulfilling will experience more peace during treatment. Uh, Fulfillment of spiritual nursing service can be provided by nurses who work in the intensive care unit, including prior, before, and prior. Uh, this research uses a qualitative descriptive exploration methods. Participants in this study were 14 nurses with the inclusion criteria being ICU nurses. The terms analysis used in the research is the Millet and Huberman technique. Result qualitative data analyze yielded three main stem support by seven subthemes. The first theme is patient spiritual needs. This is two subthemes. Number one, providing for the patient's spiritual needs and meeting the patient's spiritual needs. And then the second theme is facility. Two subthemes, external spiritual team and internal spiritual team. And the last term is expectation. Three subterms. Number one, patient expectation, family hope, and nurses expectation. Okay, discussion. From this research result, three terms emerge, and not only the patient's spiritual needs, the patient's spiritual facilities and hopes. The first terms, namely spiritual needs, is divided into two subterms, namely providing spiritual needs and fulfilling the patient's spiritual needs. Fulfilling spiritual needs is an important aspect of the client healing process. And then the second term is facilities for spiritual needs. This term is divided into two subthemes, namely the external spiritual team and the internal spiritual teams. And then hospital usually facilitates spiritual team for patients who need them. For an external spiritual team, the nurse on duty in the intensive care unit will usually ask for hospital approval to bring in an external spiritual team, and if permitted, they will be told what procedures can be carried out by the external spiritual team. And the third theme is the hope of the patient and the patient's family who hope to recover quickly, leave the ICU, and be able to carry out their activities as usual. According to Habianto 2017, to hope for the future of nurse in the spiritual aspect of patient is that special officer are responsible for filling the spiritual needs of patients. Based on the research result above, it can be concluded that this research consists three themes and there are seven sub-themes. The first theme is spiritual needs, and then sub-theme is spiritual needs in fulfilling spiritual needs, and then the second theme is specialties consisting of two themes, the external spiritual theme and internal spiritual theme. And then the last theme is three sub-themes, hope patient, hope family, and hope from nurses. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. We have one question here. Please, can ask a question.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks for the time. I'm very interested about your research. Can you convey the limitation of your research? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss. The limitation is my research. Research focus in patient from patient who are in critical care, and then in determining the number of participants, medical personnel in the intensive care unit should be taken. But this research, we only took participants from nurse, just from nurse, nurses, sorry. So only a little information is obtained through the in-depth interview process. And then this result is in the expected outcome, this research process not being active in their activity because there were several substance products that still inadequate in intervening inter intervening with our implementation than for patient being treated in the ICU. Then I think especially for those related to spiritual nursing care. I think just it is sorry.
Okay. So, if she answers,
Why 40?
Sorry, Prof?
Your participant or your subject,
Yes,
14 is not mentioned, right?
yes, 14.
Why 14?
For the new,
Mengapa 14?
oh yes, because the
Qualitative study.
yes qualitative, yeah, because about my research qualitative study, uh, in criteria inclusion, my research yang memenuhi kriteria in 15 of 14 people in ICU care unit, intensive care unit, Prof. Yes,
So you interviewed all the 14.
yes,
But usually they will come, not necessarily 14. And yeah, once they have reached saturation,
yeah.
maybe you can stop at 10, we can have less.
Yeah,
So I said, why we should 14? You determine it or the process of the interview or the saturation level include the number of your subjects?
jadi karena
Yeah. Okay.
okay, Prof, thank you.
What? Nampak? Okay. One time.
so without further delay, I call upon
The next one.
Penny
Ayu.
Ayuja. The topic, the impact of seaweed drink on increased hemoglobin levels of anemic pregnant women in Padang City.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduction myself. My name is Nani Ayudia.
from Ichas Alpha Padang. Today, our presentation will research the title, The Effect of Seaweed Drink on Increased Hemoglobin Level of Anemic Pregnant Women in Padang City. Maternal death is caused by various factors that occur starting from the phase before pregnancy, namely fertility, women who are anemic, lack of caloric energy, obesity, and have comorbidities such as tuberculosis and others. The cause of anemia among iron deficiency in the body is caused by eating less food that contain iron. The prevalence rate of anemia in pregnant women in Indonesia has increased based on risk-based data. Research conducted by Mewati et al. 2019 suggests that 16% of pregnant women are not obedient in consuming zinc tablet. This is due to the effect of nausea after consuming tablet, so that they are often not consumed by pregnant women. Therefore, it is necessary to consume other food that contain iron to meet the needs of iron in pregnant women. This type of research was the experiment with one group pretest posters research design. The population in this study was pregnant women with anemia who were at the Ambajang Puraji Health Center. The number of samples in this study was 32 purposes sampling technique. Based on the result of the study, the average hemoglobin level before treatment was 9.6 and increased to 11.99. This show an increase in hemoglobin level by 1.45 with p-value increase zero point 0.0. Based on the result of this study, there were difference in hemoglobin level before and after consuming seaweed drink. This happened because seaweed is one of the food that contains several intermediate compounds needed in the synthesis of hemoglobin, such as iron, protein, and vitamin B complex. It can be concluded that by consuming sea cup drink can increase hemoglobin level of pregnant women. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Please,
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the class. I want question for this study. What are the limitations in research?
The limited in my research is methodology in my research that I use white one group pretest proses no kontrol. Jadi tidak ada yang hanya satu grup saja yang diteliti, tidak ada kontrol dan pembandingnya. Jadi itu keterbatasan yang signifikan.
question. Why you choose this seaweed drink to consume, and then what is the relationship between this seaweed consumption at that area, Padang City, Padang City? Why do you want to study this drink?
Karena banyaknya anemia. Iya.
Tapi kenapa dekat that area? Adakah sebab dekat kawasan situ macam apa? Memang ramai
Iya, ramai banyak yang minum. Ya.
The production memang tinggi kan kat sana?
Mm-mm.
And then about the dosage,
100 gram.
100 gram ready.
Hmm.
So any other question on the floor? No, yeah? Okay, thank you, Miss. And then thank you for the presentation. Okay, now we move on to our next presenter, Miss Yuni Teti. Okay, please come. So the title of the presentation is The Enhancement of Adolescent Sexual Reproductive Health, a comprehensive and broad-based health education model for improving knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, maybe this time to rest, time to sleep, but we have to come here to presentation our article. I think this is the real experience, good knowledge, and for us. Okay, my title is my research enhancement of adolescent sexual reproductive health. Uh, a comprehensive Android-based health education model for improving knowledge, attitude, and behavior. Yes. Okay, this is my introduction. Sexual and reproductive health remains a pressing concern that necessitates of the opening dialogue, particularly among teenagers who consist approximately 23% of the global population. A strategy in reducing risk and promoting adolescent sexual and reproductive health is comprehensive sexual education. Many young individuals face inadequate access to sexual and reproductive health information, leading to deficiencies in knowledge and experience. Therefore, this research aims to enhance awareness and improve attitude and behavior related to adolescent sexual reproductive health through an Android-based health education model. Uh, to ensure the validity of the module, content validity was assessed by 6 experts, and then the determination of the module was based on the icons P with CPI value, setting 0.19 indicating whose interpretation. Now, my population was to age 54 people. This is the student of high school, and the sampling was 232 respondents using random sampling. Then the method, this research conducted in 4 schools in Kendari City, Southeast Sulawesi, Indonesia, were divided in 2 groups, control and case. The 2 groups were jointly given a questionnaire pre and post test on sexual and reproductive health. The type of this research used the true experimental design with 2 groups, consists of control group and case group. The type of research used was the true experiment, which a control group pre-test post-test design because the research was to find out the knowledge, attitude, and behavior of adolescents through Android-based health education. This is the content of validity content for the module by 6 experts. The results of the application of the module demonstrate a content quality index of 0.996, signifying a highly reliable interpretation. Uh, Furthermore, the reliability analysis of items measuring the level of knowledge, attitude, and behavior obtained an alpha value of 0.9
0.75, 0.987, and 0.958 respectively. Yeah. It says the conclusion, this Android-based module is valid for use as a learning medium about sexuality and reproductive health among adolescents. I think this is the last slide. Thank you.
Presentation. Okay, any questions from the audience?
Yeah.
So, your title is Enhancement of Adolescent Sexual Reproductive Health. That means you're using a Android-based
Yes, yes.
education.
Yes.
So, what was before? The module was on ordinary.
The module, first to make the module, and then before the programmer put in the application, the module was validated by expert.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you enhance the module.
Yeah.
So what sort of enhancement do you have?
Yes.
Apa enhancement yang telah dilakukan kepada
Oh.
modul?
Modul itu sudah qualified, sudah valid sebelum programmer itu masukkan di Android sebagai media pembelajaran tentang seksualitas dan kesehatan reproduksi untuk remaja.
Ya, so bermakna dia pindah ke Android tu lah.
Ya.
Ya. Enhance.
Iya, jadi bukan kalau when we talk about sexuality, sex, of course they what's that maybe the negative thinking, yeah, but this is improve their knowledge by the media in Android. So actually topik sexuality and reproductive health sudah biasa itu sebenarnya, cuman by media handbook or magazine, newspaper, already apa itu sudah ramai seperti itu, sudah terbiasa. Jadi this is the topic I try to put in Android. Yeah, because this is the millennial area. Yeah, and then the adolescent identic with Android. Yeah.
So there is significant increase or improved knowledge, attitudes and behavior.
Yes, by the I saw from the instrument, the questionnaire pre and post test. Yes.
You do experiment, eh?
Yes.
More of quasi.
More,
Quasi experimental.
Experimental. No, two experiment.
Two experiment.
Ya, hanya satu kelompok case saja yang dikasih intervention. Modul yang dalam bentuk Android itu. Yang untuk kelompok kontrol, no. Ya. Iya, tidak.
How long the study was conducted?
Yes.
The
Before the intervention, I give two groups the same pre-test. And then the intervention group, 2 weeks. First week, download the application. And then the second week, every 3 days, they learn from the application. And then the 3 week, yeah, try to post-test.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have come to our second last presenter, ya. Okay. This one for this presentation, Fajar Sari, ya. Should be from Fajar Sari, but we have Mia Desiba again as the presenter, ya, to replace this Fajar Sari. So please welcome again, ya. So the topic of the presentation is the relationship of ANC knowledge and order on pregnant women with a high risk of pregnancy at UPT Puskesmas Pekanbaru.
Okay, thank you Dr. Erlina. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is my friend's research. She has college accreditation, so she couldn't come here. I request her for presentation.
sebelum ini ya yang tadi budget sari sama yang udah dikirim email tadi.
Tak masuk. Belum masuk. Tadi. Apa itu? Oke.
Okay. Okay, so we move on to liaison yang berikutnya. So the topic of the presentation is the effect of stigma, intention and attitude on mental health behavior among adolescents in West Java, Indonesia. This is a structured creation model. Okay, please.
Okay, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Before we begin our presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Lia Juniani. I'm from State PPN Jawa Barat. Okay, I'd like to give my presentation, my research. The title is The Effect of Stigma, Intention and Attitude on Mental Health Seeking Behavior Among Adolescents in West Java, Indonesia, a structured creation model. Okay, first of all, I will to show my outline, and then this is my introduction. I start to the mental health condition in adolescent. The onset of 17% of mental health condition occur during the adolescent phase. About 15.5 million and 2.45 million adolescents in Indonesia and globally suffer from mental illness. We must know the stigma. One of the factors influence mental health seeking behavior. The reason of the stigma poses the significant barrier for teenagers in accessing mental support. And I use cross-sectional research has been conducted previously to investigate the connection between intention, attitude, and stigma with mental health seeking behavior among adolescents. Okay, this is my research objective research to explore the correlation between intention, attitude, and stigma with mental health seeking behavior among adolescents. I used the cross-sectional study design in high school in West Java, and then includes criteria senior high school student age between 30 to 80 years old willing to participate in this study without mental illness or cognitive disability had a smartphone. And then the exclusion criteria, student who took a leave during data collection. Sample method, convenience sampling, and then I used to sample G-Power software with an effect size 0.05. So the total size 5,000
35 respondents with attrition 15%. I used to find instrument with the result reliability, and then I used to Likert scale. This is the ethical consideration, and then analysis. I used to analysis the description, independent test, percent correlation, and then bootstrap approach for coding intermediate analysis. Okay, this is my result. The table one, the demographic characteristic did not show significant difference. And then the table two show intention and attitude were positively correlation and significant correlation with mental health seeking behavior. Will public stigma and self-stigma were negative correlation and significant negative correlation. The few results from mediating analysis show on the table 3 that is used to bootstrap method in the edition. The intention had a significant positive effect on attitude, and public stigma have a significant positive effect on self-stigma. And then the last table show the equation model that intention and attitude. The intention and attitude have a directly effect on mental health seeking behavior and the mediating effect of public stigma and self-stigma. Okay, this is a discussion. The vision study provides empirical evidence of the associated between intention, attitude, and stigma on mental health seeking behavior. Stigma to be a barrier to mental health seeking behavior among adolescents. So, elimination of stigma toward mental health issue is crucial for successful program of mental health prevention, preventive and treatment. Okay. This is my conclusion. The conclusion is public stigma and self-stigma exerted a moderating effect on adolescent. This is my reference. Acknowledgement. Thank you for sedikit PPNI, supervisor and co-supervisor, studi participant Indonesia. Thank you so much.
Open any question on the top? Okay.
I'm Dewa. I'm so interested with your study, with your research. My question for you, please explain about the question model in your research.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for your question. I try to answer. I try to make a question model with the test the directly or indirectly affect mental health seeking behavior. So you can see, you can show my PPT. That is, I explained about stigma that is moderating and on with mental health seeking behavior, and then the intention and attitude have a directly effect to mental health seeking behavior like this. So I have I can a drawing about my model like this. Okay, thank you.
That's
No,
What is
speak
the
louder, please. Yeah. I
louder,
cannot hear.
please? Can you say louder?
Want to repeat?
Thank you, Prof. and Dr. I want to question what is the novelty from your research?
Okay, thank you. I try to answer your question. Uh, I have a novelty in my research. That is a previous study focused on the relationship between between intention, attitude, and the stigma. So I see the few study uh, apa ya? The few study apply to uh, apply to the structure equation model like this because with the equation model we can find the direct and directly effect in on or indirectly effect uh, with mental health seeking behavior like this. So I interest with this research. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, we have 5 minutes.
Okay, we have our
Last.
last presenter. Next one is Amina.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is my research, my friends. Okay, to Honorable Professor Dr. Aini binti Ahmad and Dr. Erlina binti Abdullah, I would like to presentation. The title is the relationship of knowledge and regularity of antenatal care in pregnant women with a high risk of pregnancy. Puskesmas Pekanbaru. Background: the maternal mortality rate in Indonesia shows an increase every year and is still a problem that cannot be overcome. This is caused by the mother lack of knowledge and lack of awareness to carry out regular antenatal care checks. Antenatal care is able to prevent maternal death by detecting high-risk pregnancy early. To determine the relationship between knowledge and regularity of antenatal care in pregnant women with a high risk of pregnancy at the Puskesmas Pekanbaru. Methods: type of analytical observational research with a cross-sectional approach. The population in this study were out of pregnant women who were at the Puskesmas Pekanbaru. The sample in this research was taken by accidental sampling. The data used is primary and secondary. The variables in this study are knowledge and regularity of antenatal care and high risk of pregnancy. The analyzed use was univariate and bivariate with the chi-square test. Result: the results show that the characteristics of pregnant women based on age were mostly age 28 until 35 years, 59.6%, 70 until 25 years, 21.2%, and at last 38 until 45 years, 90.2%. This means that the age of the respondents in this study was more or enough already to undergo pregnancy. Age and level education also influence a person's thinking. In this study, most of them had a high school education. Based on the result of questionnaire analysis and observation, it showed that in the study, respondents whose last education was high school or college on average had good and regular knowledge of antenatal care. Apart from that, the factor that influence antenatal knowledge and regularity is employment status. In this study, most mothers did not work 57.7%. It was found most of the pregnant women in this study had good knowledge and were regular in carrying on antenatal care. From good knowledge about the high risk of pregnancy that pregnant women have, they tend to be more regular in carrying on antenatal care. So it was found that most of the change of high risk of pregnancy occurring in mothers who have good knowledge and regular antenatal care are not expired. Conclusion based on the result of research and discussion regarding the relationship between knowledge and antenatal care regularity in pregnant women with a high risk of pregnancy at the Puskesmas Pekanbaru. The result of the skyscraper study called the obtained p-value 0.00 less than 0.05 on the variables of knowledge and antenatal care regularity, meaning that there is a relationship natal knowledge and regularity of antenatal care among pregnant women with high risk of pregnancy, Puskesmas Pekanbaru. It is recommended that pregnant women see more information to be understand the benefits of regular and antenatal care during pregnancy. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the presentation. Okay, so any question? Any question? Oh, no question.
Thank you, Bro.
I have no other question.
So, thank you, Lisa. So we have come into our end of session. Okay. So I would like to congratulate all of you, okay, for being involved in this presentation and uh, you have done your best. Okay. So let's no.
Yeah, actually, it's all a great study, yeah, that you have done. So, you have shown your great effort to present it today and to share and you get research, yeah. Doing the research and then you disseminate, you share with the rest of your, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm sure you have all a great future to be the scholars and great future. I think most of you are nurses, right? All the best, yeah. So well done and hope to see you again. Yeah. All right. So bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof.
Itu lagi dulu itu kan kita dengan orang-orang lain. Boleh, kamu dah.
Boleh, boleh.
Ah,
Sekejap, tunggu Dr. Sandik sekejap.
okey, okey.
Sambil pegang. Saya pasti ni mana sikap.
Sebentar ya.
Bentar. Tak suruh. Mana dia?
Only one presenter is not around, ya? The rest present. Satu orang saja tidak hadir. Apa tu? Tak hadir apa? Oh, Fandi.
Apa tu kata Aziza? Okey. So, kita jemput. Inilah Kata Hafizah untuk bagikan slagatin untuk ni.
Ah.
Professor Dr. Ani Ahmad,
Aduh,
which
thank you,
is a
thank you, thank you.
KPJ. He has assisted us a lot during the early part of Lincoln. We have created a teaching methodology which is part of the guest lecture with us. Very experienced lady. She also values with Open University.
Terima kasih, Datin. Tak apa lah, dia tak nak buka.
Tak mau buka lah.
Okey. Okey, ya. Okey. Terima kasih, Datin. Jumpa lagi.
Dr. Elina.
Terbakar.
Bakar.
Tutup ya.
Panas.
Power ni.
Jadi 1, 2, 3.
Okay, can the presenter who wants to come and be with us come from? Ali duduk belakang. Take a photo. Setengah di tepi, setengah di mana-mana. Yang tinggi di belakang saya. Yang rendah boleh di tepi-tepi.
Di sisi.
Di sisi. Di sisi. Dan siapa? Masuk. Yang malu. Kalau yang tepi ni miring. Rapat.
Dia. 1, 2, 3. Lagi. Up.
HP nanti ya, saya pun mau bagi HP.
Jadi
Action.
1, 2, 3. Jadi 1, 2, 3. Lagi. Alright, jadi ya. 1, 2, 3. Jadi 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Lagi. Alright.
Thank you.
Kamera saya dah?
Ada.
Dah, kamera saya dah, Cik.
Kamera
saya dah ambil tadi. Terima kasih. Ya, jumpa lagi ya. Jumpa lagi.
Bandung. Ani, Bandung shoppingnya bagus. Makannya enak.
You have a good name. So you sorry. Ni sudah lanjut ke Magister.
Master
Di mana?
in Universitas Muhammadiyah Semarang.
Semarang.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I've been to Semarang. I think tomorrow I'm flying to Banda Aceh.
Oh,
I'm going to present my paper.
thank you very much.
All the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have all the potential. Muda-muda ya.
Yeah.
Okay, Ramzi.